All right. Hello, hello, everyone.
Hello, hello, listeners. Welcome back. We're doing another episode more quickly than usual. Not just every week, but we've decided to do the second one this week because we've just had so many lovely comments on our YouTube channel, especially from you, our high level listeners and subscribers. We thought we could give you more, and it sounds like everyone is really enjoying it. We're really grateful for all the comments and lovely compliments that people have given us. So that motivates us to make more videos like this. So this is the second one we're doing this week, and it's a big thank you to all of you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for all your kind words, all of your lovely comments. We really do appreciate it. Like Mark said, it really motivates us to just keep going and make some more videos for you guys. So let's get started with a quick intro. I'm Kat, the American teacher here on High Level Listening. I usually focus on pronunciation, easygoing conversation, and some fun slang and expressions to use with your friends, your family, and even your coworkers.
And I'm Mark, the British voice on high level listening, giving you phrases and vocabulary that you're more likely to hear in the United Kingdom. Um, our two different accents should help you tune in to different voices, different accents, intonation. It can also help you improve your pronunciation if you're interested in developing an American or a British accent yourself. So it should make you a better English listener and a speaker all at the same time.
Yep, just a one stop shop here. But we are continuing on with our topics on just daily life in general. And we finally reached the evening. So we're ready for bed. We are spending our evening at kind of some quiet time after we finish dinner. And don't forget, we have all of our episodes and all of our previous episodes from morning to night at this point already ready in a playlist that we have on our YouTube channel. That was a good suggestion from one of our listeners. The playlist is up and ready. So if you are wanting to cover some vocabulary on for your daily routine, getting ready in the morning, heading to the office on your morning commute, grabbing a quick bite to eat for lunch, and then continuing through the afternoon, coming home for dinner time, and then finally, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about our evening time. So let's start with Mark. Our lead in question would be, what do you normally do in the evenings?
My time in the evening is all about taking it easy. I usually spend a fair few hours watching telly to catch up on my favorite series or seeing what's going on in the world. Although, truth be told, a lot of the time I'm just sitting there mindlessly scrolling on my phone or looking at memes. But if the day has been particularly hectic, a quiet evening in is just what I need. When I eventually get into bed, I may even read a few pages of a book before nodding off to sleep. And what about you? What do you normally do in the evenings?
I'll be honest, after a long day at work, after getting dinner ready, I just want to plop down on the couch and unwind a bit. If it's been a particularly long day, I'll probably just binge watch a couple of episodes of a show I'm watching. But I sometimes find myself double screening, scrolling on my phone while my show is playing. When I start to get a little tired, I'll get started on my evening routine. You know, the usual taking a shower, washing my face, brushing my teeth, etc. Even if someone invites me out, going out on weeknights isn't really my thing. So I usually wrap up the night with a book before trying to get to bed early.
Okay, so as usual, as we have been doing over the previous episodes, Kat's story and my story were very similar. We just used different words and expressions to say the same kind of thing. So now we'll go through the script piece by piece. We'll look at interesting phrases, expressions, and talk about them and give you some more examples. I will ask Kat, what do you usually do in the evening? What did you say quite at the beginning?
Okay, so in my script, I said, I'll be honest, after a long day at work, after getting dinner ready, I just want to plop down on the couch and unwind a bit. So if we kind of go piece by piece, I'll be honest. That means that, I don't really do a lot. I'll be honest, after a long day of work, I just want to plop down on the couch and unwind a bit. I just wanna, I just wanna, I just want to do something. Ugh, I just wanna plop down on the couch. Plop down on the couch. This is such a funny phrase. If you plop down, now consider the opposite. You get your chair ready, you put a little cushion, you gently sit yourself down, and now we are seated very nicely. Well, if you're just gonna plop down on the couch, oh my gosh, what
Oof.
a day.
Mhm.
So when I think of plopping down, you are sitting down, but it's with this heaviness. It's just with this, oh my gosh, I can't stand up any longer. I'm just going to plop down on the couch.
Mm. I imagine like a nice sound effect when you hit the cushions, you're like, "Oof." Like
Yeah,
all your weight, your whole body, your heavy, tired body just oof, I plop down on the couch. Maybe you
absolutely.
don't even take your shoes off, you don't even take your backpack off, you're just like
Just
plop down on the couch. Yeah.
absolutely. So I just want to plop down on the couch and unwind a bit. So you can also plop something down. And this is when I think it sounds a little bit more on the negative side. Yeah, she just plopped down all of her books and left.
Mm,
I imagine a big stack of books. If I'm setting them down, it's nice and careful. I put down the books, I leave them in their nice pile. But if I really plop down some books, then I don't know, some of the books fell over. Some of them, got a little bit bent. They're in disarray. They're a little bit untidy or disorganized. Yeah, she just plopped down her books and went into her room. My little girl, she just came into the house, she plopped down her backpack, she plopped down on the couch, and now she's asleep. So it really sounds like she just couldn't take it anymore. Just put your stuff down, sit down on the couch, and go to bed.
mm. I think you used another good word in your phrase, unwind.
Mhm.
What does that mean?
If you unwind a bit, we kind of use this when we've had a long, stressful day or you're feeling a bit stressed out. When you are wound up, okay, think of turning or winding a clock or winding a toy over and over and over, and then you just feel very wound up. Okay, that's that tight, tense feeling. And then when you get home, you plop down on the couch and unwind a bit. So it's kind of to relax, to kind of de stress, or to unwind. If you are feeling wound up, then you can take a moment to unwind.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah,
So, what about you, Mark? What do you usually do in the evening?
my time in the evening is all about taking it easy. Taking it easy. To take it easy is to relax. You should take it easy. Don't do anything physically demanding. Don't do any exercise. Don't do anything that's hard on your body. Or you can relax by doing exercise, yes, but that is using your body and that's being physical. To
Mhm,
take it easy is to do absolutely nothing.
mhm.
Relaxing on the sofa, watching TV, just scrolling on your phone, that is taking it easy. That is relaxing without any physical effort. It's also something a doctor would say to you. If you got an injury or something and you come home from hospital, the doctor will say, take it easy for the next few weeks.
Mhm.
Like, don't do anything physical, don't do anything or intense, because you need to give your body time to relax and recover. So, when you take it easy at home, you don't really do anything. Running a marathon or going for a jog is not taking it easy. It might be relaxing for you, but taking it easy is doing nothing physical to relax. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, in your evening time, when you're unwinding, what else do you do to relax?
I'll probably just binge watch a couple of episodes of a show I'm watching. I'll probably just binge watch a couple of episodes, a couple of episodes of a show I'm watching. So, you know, we all love streaming. We all love watching TV on our laptops. We have lots of different streaming services. This word that has come out from having access to all these episodes, all this TV all at once, this phrase binge watch. It means to watch lots and lots of TV at once, especially a lot of episodes in a row. I think Sundays are for binge watching. I sit on the couch, I plop myself down, I don't get up for another few hours. I've binge watched 2 or 3 hours of episodes. So it really means to keep watching, keep watching, keep watching, to watch quite a bit, like way too much TV all in a row.
Like sometimes on Netflix, if you've watched 4 or 5 episodes, it comes up with a message like, "Are you still there? Are you still watching?" And you're sitting there like, "Yeah." That's when you've been binge watching. That's when you
Yeah,
know. E
it
even Netflix thinks you're binging and you should probably stand up and walk around for a bit.
I think yes, if I haven't touched because it starts playing the next episode immediately.
Mhm.
I don't even have to know where the remote is. It just starts playing automatically. So, yeah, why not? I'll just sit here and watch another episode. Oh man, that was really oh, I really just want to go ahead and watch the next episode. And before you know it, it's 2 or 3 hours later. You've wasted your evening, but you had a really good time watching TV. That's binge watching.
Mhm.
So, we can use this in a couple of different ways. I binge watched the whole season in a week, or I binged. I binged the first season, but the second one was really slow. So we can kind of use binged on its own. Um, Now, be careful with this word a little bit. Binging is also for an eating disorder. So slowly, this is becoming less and less popular. But I think binge watching. So I think it's better to go ahead and keep the watch on there. All
Mhm.
right. So every evening, or for most evenings, what else do you do, Mark?
Mm. Yeah, do something quite similar. I usually spend a fair few hours watching telly to catch up on my favorite series or seeing what's going on in the world. So there's 3 things I want to highlight there. A fair few. This might be more common in the UK. A
It is.
fair few hours, right? Quite a few hours. A fair few hours of TV is probably 2, maybe 3 hours. That's
Hmm.
a fair few hours. So if you spend a long time doing something, you spend a fair few hours doing it. If you listen to the previous episode, you know what telly means
Hmm.
in the UK. Telly is television, TV. So I spend a fair few hours watching telly. I spend 2 or 3 hours watching TV. I catch up on my favorite series. This is another phrase that's more common in the UK. I say a Netflix series. There's a new series of The Crown, or there's a new series of
Really?
Squid Game. Yeah, you'll hear the BBC and British shows
Oh.
on their advertisements. They'll say new series coming soon. Series 1,
Oh.
series
And
2,
it's not
series
and
3.
it's not a new TV show.
Right,
It's
it's a season.
it's a season. Oh, even I
Mhm.
didn't know that.
Yeah, right. Even on I have some old DVDs in my bedroom, and they have
Oh,
series 1, series 2, series 3 on the spine. But nowadays, some people say season because Netflix and just American media has had an influence on the UK. So season 1, people will understand. If you say season
right.
1, season 2, people will get it. But if you listen to British podcasts or British TV, they'll say series.
That
So
is
it's the
super
same thing.
interesting. So for you, you would say a show is the main point. Then you would
Mhm.
have series 1, series 2, series 3, and then
Hmm.
within that series, you have many different episodes.
Yes.
Okay.
Or if it's a British show, you have 6 episodes and
Ah,
that's it. And then you wait 2 more years and then you get series 2 with 6 episodes and then that's it. It's done.
American TV, Hollywood is always churning out more and more episodes. Okay, so then in the US, we would say, yes, I'm watching a TV show. The TV show is divided into seasons, and each season has lots of episodes. One of my favorite TV shows had 6 seasons and about 30 episodes per season. So I had a lot of TV to get through for sure.
Yeah, it's good for binging.
Good for
Um,
binging, indeed.
yeah, and then the last point of my script was seeing what's going on in the world.
Mm,
That's the news. What's going on in the world? When you turn on the news, they'll usually talk about international events, whether conflicts or political drama in other countries. Yeah, if I watch the news, I see what's going on in the world. So it's another way to say the news. We both mentioned our phones in our scripts. So
yes.
is your phone a part of your unwinding in the evenings?
Yeah, I would say I'm on my phone a lot. Here in the script, I said, but sometimes I find myself double screening, scrolling on my phone while my show is playing. Now, actually, a friend of mine, maybe a year or two ago, she mentioned to me that she was double screening. And I was like, what's double screening? And I looked up what it was and I thought, wow, that is the perfect phrase for what most people are doing. When we have, I wish I had my phone on me. When we have our phone, we're looking at a screen. When we have a TV, we're looking at the TV screen. Okay. So that's kind of just the glass where you see the digital part, right? So double screening is where you're watching TV and then you get your phone out and you're
Mm,
looking at your phone while you're watching TV in the background and vice versa. If there's a slow part of the show, if there's a commercial break, I mean, we don't really watch commercials on streaming services, but somehow we manage to be looking at two screens at once. So we call it double screening. So my friend just casually said, just having a glass of wine, double screening. What? What does
right.
that mean? Now, after she told me that, I think, oh no, I do it all the time. I do it all the time. So I'm trying to slow down on the double screening, but it happens. You're just scrolling on your phone, scrolling, just like, with your mouse, you're moving up and down the pages. But with
Mm,
your
yeah.
phone, it gets a little bit more mindless. And Mark, do you want to say what you said about being on your phone
Mm,
a lot?
mm. Yeah, I'm just sitting there mindlessly scrolling. I'm just sitting there mindlessly scrolling on my phone or looking at memes. So, mindlessly scrolling means I'm not thinking. I'm looking at my phone, yes, and my thumb automatically just keeps going down and down and down. I'm looking at pictures, videos, uh, updates, posts, news, and I'm not really remembering or absorbing any of it. This is a part of unwinding, relaxing, or decompressing. So I want my mind to be blank. I just need some time to myself. I don't want to think about anything. So I will just mindlessly scroll. This phrase does have quite a slightly negative connotation. I'm not thinking, I'm not engaged, I'm not concentrating at all. I'm just wasting time.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it's easy to just keep scrolling. There's always another video. Maybe the next thing will be funny. Maybe the next thing will be even funnier. So I think a lot of people do this when they're commuting to work, when they're just relaxing on the sofa at the end of the day, or even sitting in bed mindlessly scrolling. Sometimes I can't remember what I've just seen. It's already gone.
It's just like binge watching. Streaming services make it so easy just to continue.
Mhm.
Same with social media, TikTok, Instagram, videos, Reddit. It's endless. So you have endless scrolling, continuing forever. And you've got mindless scrolling where you're not thinking about how you are mindlessly scrolling endlessly,
Mm,
endlessly scrolling mindlessly.
mindlessly. Nice. Yeah. I didn't mention it in my script. I didn't say anything about what I do to get ready for bed, but you did. How do you get ready for bed, or do you have an evening routine?
Yeah. So most people have kind of, one of the first things you start to learn when you're learning English is you talk about your routine, right? So, my evening routine is pretty much the usual: taking a shower, washing my face, brushing my teeth, etc. So, etc., etc. Taking a shower, washing my face, brushing my teeth. You can kind of hear my voice. I'm almost getting tired of talking about this because you know what your evening routine is. That's something we repeat over and over and over again. So, the usual. You know, you know what I mean? The usual: taking a shower, washing my face, brushing my teeth. Now, I'm listing things here. So, we need to make sure that taking, washing, brushing, that they all have the same type. So these are all activities: taking a shower, washing my face, brushing my teeth. They need to all be in the same way. But I'm kind of, you know what I mean, etc., etc.
Mm,
So I can use a couple of different things. I can say, the usual: this, etc. I mean to say that you know where I'm going with this. Everybody's evening routine is pretty much the same. I don't need to tell you exactly what I'm doing every evening.
mm.
Right? We can say
Okay.
etc., like continue on. Were you going to say something, Mark?
Oh, the pronunciation of etc.
Mhm.
is not easy. It does have a T in the sound, right? Etc. A very soft
Cuz it's
T.
Latin. Yeah.
Right, yeah, not an English word. Anyway, etc. etc.
Oh, you say etc.,
Mhm.
etc. And I
Tra.
say etc., which is actually
Mm.
the more accurate pronunciation in Latin, but
That's why we're here. That's why I'm here.
that's why we're
The
here.
Brits. For the Brits,
To
guys.
make fun of to teach our students the different and correct no, the different
Beautiful
ways of
diversity.
speaking in English.
Mhm. Yes.
Absolutely. So, etc. Or you could say, and so on, and so on, and so forth, and
Mm.
so on. That means you know what I'm gonna say next. You know what I mean. You know what I mean,
Right,
right?
it's not
You know what I
not
mean, right?
terribly interesting, sure.
No, I was getting bored of listing things, et cetera,
Mhm,
right?
mm. Okay, so this is yeah, again, we've decided to present some daily life that is quite normal and boring. And a lot of days and evenings are. We don't always go out to parties or shows or try new restaurants every day of the week. Sometimes, if my day at work has been particularly hectic, quiet evening in is just what I need.
Hmm.
An evening in. The word in is important there because in means I stayed home. So I spent the evening in. That means I didn't leave my house. I didn't go out. I didn't see anyone or go to a restaurant or do anything. A quiet evening in. You can also say a nice quiet night in. That means you spent the night in your house and you didn't go out. So if my day at work has been particularly hectic, hectic meaning busy, I had a lot of things to do, a lot of meetings, a lot of tasks, and I just want to relax and unwind, After a hectic day, a quiet night in is just what I need. So, a night where I can just relax, spend time in front of the TV in my own space, and really unwind. That is just what I need. That's perfect after a busy day. Uh,
Absolutely. Would you
oh,
be
yeah.
able to say a night in, a night out, an evening in, an
Mm.
evening out?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, right. It's the exact opposite. So, in is staying in your home, out is going out, going to a bar, going to a pub, a show, the cinema, a night out. We had a great night out. That sounds like we went somewhere. Or we had an evening out. Maybe we went to a restaurant, had a nice dinner, and then came back. So, yeah, out is outside, in is inside. How about you? Do you prefer to go out or stay in most evenings?
Even if someone invites me out, going out on weekends, oh, sorry, going out on weeknights isn't really my thing. So, weekends, most people think Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. Weeknights, probably if you have work the next morning, Monday night, Tuesday night, even some people think Sunday night, you have work the next day. I don't really want to be going out. I just want to be kind of staying in. Well, a nice easy way to say that you don't really like something, it's not really my thing. Okay? So going out on weeknights isn't really my thing. I could easily say if Mark asked me, "Oh, do you like going out on the weeknights or do you go out on the weeknights?" I could say, "I don't like going out." If I said that to you, Mark,
Mm,
"I don't like going out." What would you think?
mm. Right, that's very blunt, very direct. It's almost, ooh, I feel sorry, like, for asking you the question. It's
Mark,
not a
I
very
don't like
friendly
going
response.
out.
Wow, okay. Sorry, I won't ask again.
So, in English, when we say we don't like something, we usually soften our language a little bit. There are so many ways. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not a big fan. I don't really enjoy that. Um, we'd rather say I don't really enjoy that than, just I hate it. I don't like it. So instead of saying I don't like going out, I'm going to switch the phrase up a little bit. Going out isn't really my thing. And if something isn't really your thing, it's not really your thing, then it's not something you like doing. It's not a hobby of yours. It's not something you find interesting. And this is just the perfect softened language. So if Mark asks me, "Hey, do you like going out?" And I say, "Going out isn't really my thing." How does that compare to "I don't like going out"?
Mm. It sounds a lot softer. Like, it sounds like you understand that other people enjoy it, but personally, it's not your thing. It's not something you enjoy doing. Because I'm from the UK, a lot of people assume I love football and I watch football and I play it and I know all the teams and all the players. But actually, football's it's not really my thing. I don't really follow it. I know the big teams and stuff, but I don't know what's going on this season, for example. So yeah, I don't say I don't like football because that's not true. I watch the World Cup and the big events, but it's not really my thing. I don't look for football news. It just finds me and I look at it. So yeah, it's a much more sensitive, polite way, softer way to say you don't like something.
Absolutely. Like you said, it acknowledges that, well, maybe you like it. If I just said, "Oh, I don't like football," and you were like, "Okay, well, you didn't really open the conversation to keep talking." You
Mhm.
sounded like, "That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I don't like football." But you say, "Oh, football's not really my thing." And you're like, "Oh, yeah, I understand. Some people don't like football. I really like football. Maybe I can show you this." And you're like, "Okay, yeah, maybe."
Mm,
So, really, it just keeps the conversation open for sure.
mm. Okay. And then just before we finish the evening time, you get into bed. So in my script, I said I might even read a few pages of a book in bed before nodding off to sleep.
Mhm. Nodding
So,
off.
yes, that's the phrasal verb to nod off. Nod off means to fall asleep. I think it means you fall asleep quite slowly. Like you see videos of kids and they're like falling asleep and then they wake up and then they fall asleep. They are nodding off. They're
Mm.
slowly getting more and more tired. Their eyes are closing and closing, and eventually you fall asleep. Sometimes you drop the book on your face, or you just quite comfortably and slowly go to bed in a very relaxing way. So, reading makes me quite tired. When I read a couple of pages, I start to nod off and put my book down, and I'm out. So, is it the same for you? What do you do right before bed?
Well, I did want to comment. My grandpa used to sit in his chair and he
Yeah.
would be watching TV and then he would just nod off. And I would say, "Oh, yeah, grandpa." And he's like, "Hello? What? What? Did, did I nod off?" And I said, "Yeah, you nodded off for a second, but you're back.
Yeah, that's
You're
a good
back
one.
now." So I really think that like nodding off really is that sleeping, sleep, sleep. Okay, sorry, I nodded off. I'm back. I'm back.
Mm,
Uh-huh.
right?
So I usually wrap up the night with a book before trying to get to bed early. Now, I don't usually nod off when I'm reading. It actually takes me quite a long time to get to sleep. But if I'm going to wrap up the night or wrap up the evening, I kind of think we've actually used this word before in another one. We are going to wrap up the day, wrap up my work day, wrap up the evening, wrap up the night. It's kind of like thinking you have a nice little present. And when you're going to give it to someone, you put it in wrapping paper and you wrap up the present, give it a little bow, and it's completed. It's finished. It looks beautiful. So if we're going to wrap something up, wrap up the night, wrap up the evening, that means to end the night by doing something or complete the evening. So I'm going to finalize my evening. I'm going to finish it off. I'm going to wrap up the night with a book before trying to get to bed early. And
Okay.
that's a wrap.
Yeah, right. We're going to wrap up the class with that.
Yes.
So yeah, that is the end of our evening time. And if I'm not wrong, I think this episode is the last one we'll do where we talk about daily routine. I think the next one we'll do will be slightly different. We might start a new day from the beginning and go through another day using more phrases, more expressions, because it's a simple topic, your daily routine, but there's loads of vocabulary. So we've got so many more episodes to record in this season, this year, and well into 2024 as well.
Yes. All right. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for becoming a subscriber. We really do appreciate all your comments. We try to reply to every single one. And we both of us get very excited when we see a comment on our YouTube channel. So we do appreciate it. Thank you so much for all of your kind words. And stay tuned for our next episode. We're here every Monday, and then occasionally we trickle in a couple of extra classes when we got some time. So thank you so much, everybody. We will see you for our next class. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thanks.